Alrighty, so my first video on my channel was my complete Funko Pop collection. This video will be my complete Game of Thrones collection, so the Game of Thrones Funko Pops will be in here, from the last video, but it's only because they're part of the collection. Game of Thrones is my favourite thing on earth. Best TV show, it's my biggest fandom, it's everything, you know? So I'm just going to start off with my TV, with this season that I have. So up first is season 1, with Ned Stark on the front of it. I'm still a big believer in DVD format, because, I mean, I love Blu-rays, but DVD is still my primary thing. I don't know if you can see the discs very well, but they have basically the house symbols on them. And we have season 2 with the crown on the front and a character montage on the back. Everyone remembers this season for the Battle of Blackwater Bay. Very, very good episode. I'm pretty sure it was the first big, expensive episode that Game of Thrones had in terms of battle. And then next up is season 3 with one of my favourite covers. I love the Dragon Shadow with the 3 swords. Everyone remembers this as probably one of the saddest seasons. Spoiler warning, you know, this has the Red Wedding, Robb Stark's death and Catelyn Stark's death. Very, very tragic episode. Did not see that coming the first time I watched it. I've watched a lot of reactions online, and a lot of other people really didn't see it coming either. But yeah. Next up is one of my personal favourite seasons, season 4. I love this front cover with the 3-eyed raven on it. This has one of my favourite episodes of all time, The Watchers on the Wall. I mean, you wouldn't believe that this is a TV show with the budget that is put into the show. It is awesome. The bit where the giant just launches an arrow and sends dudes flying straight over the wall. Awesome. Next up is season 5, a lot of people's least favourite season because of the Dornish storyline. I didn't hate it. The Sand Snakes weren't exactly my favourite, but didn't really take me out of the show at all. But overall, this is a very good season. We finally have Tyrion meeting Daenerys Targaryen, and dragons. I love dragons. I can't decide if this is my favourite or second favourite. I'd say it's my second favourite season. Jon Snow is my favourite character of all time, so having an episode literally called the Battle of the Bastards, it's gonna be a top contender for me. But this is a great season. I was very freaked out when Jon Snow died at the end of season 5, but comes back in this season, best decision they've ever made. The Battle of the Bastards is a beautiful, beautiful battle. I love the shot where it's just like a continuous, like 360, never-ending shot of Jon Snow going through the war. And lastly is season 7, my favourite season of all of them. A lot of people actually have this as their least favourite, but I love it. The episode Beyond the Wall, or as I call it, the Magnificent Seven. First time we ever see Daenerys fighting White Walkers. First time we see a lot of those characters fighting together. It's just beautiful. And it finally gives us a scene of fire and ice. I love this slipcover. The Night King, glowing eyes, etc. And up next is book 2, The Clash of Kings. I only own one of the books at the moment. I'm not a huge book reader, but I love Game of Thrones, so I have started to collect all the books. See, this book 2 was the first one available for me, so I picked that up. Got some beautiful illustrations in there. Alrighty. I'll go to my Season 7 Blu-ray, limited edition with the Unsullied slipcover. I got this in a box set with my Tyrion Lannister Funko Pop, so it's the same under the slipcover. I love the bonus disc that it comes with, Conquest and Rebellion. Then up next is my Steelbook with the Dragonstone artwork on the front and a Dragon Egg collectible magnet. I don't know if I can get... but yeah, I wanted to buy this just basically to have every version of Season 7. Up next is my Game of Thrones Monopoly. I've played this heaps of times since I bought it. It's a very, very good game. You don't necessarily have to know the show to play the game. But luckily I know the show, so either way. But this is the collector's edition of it. It comes with some beautiful metal pieces. You get a White Walker, you get a Dire Wolf, you get Dragon Egg, you get the Iron Throne. What else do you get? What else? You get the crown too, I think. But yeah, this is a really beautiful box. You got Baratheon there, you got Stark, and then you got Targaryen and Lannister. Then on the back you have the Iron Throne. You can't see it very well. Then up next is my Game of Thrones mini puzzle map of Westeros. I actually set this up last night, so this box is empty. I will show you that at the end of this video because it's set up over there, so I'll have to take the camera over there. But yeah, it's a very, very cool little puzzle map you can make. The pieces are 3D, so you get all the pieces there. My set came with a special piece of King's Landing, so that was good. Yeah, very, very cool. Up next is figurines. So up first is my Brienne of Tarth Rock Candy figurine. This is a Funko brand, but it's not a Funko Pop. Not as popular, like nowhere near as popular as Funko Pops, but it's basically what she looks like. I picked her up with a reasonable price. They are beautiful, beautiful figurines, slightly more realistic than Funko Pops. Speaking of Funko Pops, let's go through these again. So I have Bran Stark. He is my only Game of Thrones Funko Pop, normal size Funko Pop that is not in a protector. I want to get a protector for him next week, and I want to find a protector for my new Biggie. Yeah, nice Funko Pop, not the most exciting. He just looks like a normal Funko, but you know, he's cool. Up next is the newest Tyrion Lannister. He's not really new, but he's like the latest one. But this has him holding his cup, and in his, you know, I want to call it his homeless gown, but you know, I'll call it his traveling gown. But yeah, basically you can associate this pop with a scene where he says he drinks and he knows things. Yeah, awesome Funko Pop. Probably my favourite Tyrion Lannister one. Then we have my Night King. Really, really love this Funko Pop. The detail on his face is awesome. I love how they add the cracks on top of his head. I did want the translucent glow-in-the-dark one, but I did settle for just the normal one. Then my favourite Funko Pop in my collection is the newest Jon Snow, just released a couple of weeks ago over here in New Zealand. This is from Season 7, when you go in the episode Beyond the Wall. Magnificent 7 as I call it. So I really, really want the giant white, the white one. I want Daenerys in her new costume because that's my favourite costume of hers. I'm getting her on the Dragonstone throne next week, and I wouldn't mind Davos. He's a cool character. And then I have my Night King on Icy Viserion. I call him White Viserion. This is the glow-in-the-dark version of him. So basically when I turn off the lights, his eyes and Viserion's eyes glow in the dark. Can't see it very well in this light, but that's basically what he looks like. With the rest of that line, I really want Tormund, definitely. He is a cool character. Up next is my Game of Thrones t-shirt, which you can't see very well in this light, but basically it's got the house sigils on them. Then I have my my one and only Legacy collections. This is Jaime Lannister. Very, very cool figurine. I picked him up very cheap. I was going to get Ned Stark as well, but he was taken, so it was just Jaime left. The back of it. I do want a Daenerys Targaryen, because I currently have nothing of her at the moment, which kind of sucks. Except her dead dragon. Up next is my Dark Horse Deluxe figurines. This is Cersei. This is her box. These are very, very cool. These are my favourite pieces in my collection. They're just very detailed. Don't know if you can see her very well, but the likeness is pretty good. Picked her up very, very cheap. So very happy about that. Next up is my favourite of the Dark Horse figurines, and that is Robb Stark. Rest in peace. Yeah, these are just very, very detailed figurines. Put that back down here. Yeah. Very cool. This is Robb's box. Description. I want to find a lot more of these guys. And then lastly I have Hodor and Bran. Very, very cool figurine. Huge as well. He's a lot taller than Robb and Cersei. The Bran on the back isn't exactly show accurate, but still cool. So here's a very, very cool figurine. Just to put him up next to Cersei. So it's basically the height comparison, so a lot bigger. And just to give you a basic scope of the size of his box. That's Cersei's box, and that's Hodor and Bran's box, so yeah, pretty much. Oh, that's right, I was going to show you guys my mini map of Westeros. So this is the map of Westeros puzzle, which is very, very cool. It was a very long puzzle to set up. Need to put Highgarden back on its place. Yeah, this is a very cool piece. I loved picking this up. You have Castle Black in the wall. You have Winterfell. You have the Dreadfort, Moat Cailin. You have the Twins. You have the Eyrie. Now over here you have Dragonstone. All the way at the bottom here. You have Dawn. You have Sunspear, Highgarden, King's Landing, Casterly Rock, River Run, Harrenhal, and Pike. So yeah, it's very, very cool. Should definitely pick one up. So yeah, that is my complete collection video of Game of Thrones. So I will definitely be uploading some more videos on everything else I have. Just wanted to get Game of Thrones out of the way first because I love it the most. So, yeah, thank you.